If you've ever wanted to learn how to make soap, stick around and watch just how fun and easy it is to make this pepperminty Christmas soap. For this project, you're going to need a few items which I will have listed below in the description. What I'm starting out with here is a chunk of melt and pour soap, and I will include a link to all the items below that you can get on Amazon, or you can pick this up at pretty much any craft store. Now, what I've done is I've cut off a couple slices, and they were about a half an inch in diameter. Now I'm going back in and just cutting the slices up so that they form half-inch cubes. The soap is not very hard, so it's pretty easy to slice through these as long as you have a sharp knife. Now that I have these cubed, I'm going to take them and divide them in half between two microwave containers that have pour spouts. And once I have these divided, I'm simply going to put them into the microwave, set the timer for a minute. Once that minute is up, I'm going to go in, I'm going to gently stir both pots to make sure that all of the chunks are completely melted. If there are any that are not completely melted at that point, you put it back in and continue melting and stirring in 30-second increments until they are completely melted. I picked up this set of fragrance oils on Amazon, and I absolutely love this set. I think you get 14 different scents in this, and look at all these wonderful scents you get. It's just amazing the variety you have in here. The scent I decided to use for my soaps is candy cane, and it smells wonderful. The next thing I used is some warm red dye that's made specially for soaps and um, bath bombs and such. I'm adding about 25 to 30 drops of the fragrance oil into one of the containers of soap. And once I have that in, I am going to add quite a bit of the red dye. And I started out just adding a few drops at a time. It came out light pink. I ended up just squeezing a bunch of the dye into this, and I think I used almost half of the bottle to get to the light red tone that I ended up with at the end of this. So you can see right there, it's got a little bit of a pinkish color, but not a whole lot. So I'm going to continue stirring and adding until I get a color I like. I decided I wanted a little bit more shimmer to the soaps, being holiday soaps, so I pulled out some mica powders, and I pulled them out in ruby, and it's called magical green is the second color. It's just kind of a light interference green, and I added some mica powders to my soaps. It took a minute or so to get it mixed in so it didn't appear chunky, but it added a nice shimmer to the soap. If I were to go back and do it over again, I would add more fragrance and more mica to my soaps. But it came out pretty. It has a very light shimmer to it, and it's got a very light scent as well. So I'm going ahead and just mixing the mica powders, the ruby, of course, into the red, and the interference green into the white. Now that I have the micas mixed into the soaps, I'm going to take each of the containers and pour them at the same time into each of my 3 soap molds so that they are kind of giving a marbled effect to the soaps as they're being poured in. Once I have all the soap poured into the 3 soap molds, I'm going to go back in with one of the craft sticks that I was using to originally pour the soaps and give each one just a very light and quick once over to kind of make sure that the bottom of the soap mold has a marbled effect to it as well. Once I have the soaps set up how I would like them to be, I'm going to take a spray bottle containing 91% isopropyl alcohol and I'm going to spray the top of the soaps. What this does is eliminate any of those air bubbles that are forming on the top of the soap so that they will set up with a nice smooth surface. Now it's time to let the soap set up. You want to let it set for at least 4 hours, preferably overnight. Once it's done, it's easy to pop right out of the mold. Well, that is it. It is just that simple to make melt and pour soap. I hope you like this tutorial. If you like it, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe my videos. I have the complete tutorial link below, as well as a list of all these supplies needed. And I know it's been a while since I have put anything up here, but I have got a lot of new projects coming up. I've got a lot of new things coming up on the horizon with Salmond altogether. So please be sure to check back with me often and see what's happening. You have a great day. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.